So, Alex, we came to talk a lot about manufacturing and tariffs, but I do have to ask you, these export controls on chips, trade policy in general that seems to be just against China, even though China continues to say that they want to negotiate. There's some big ifs in there. I mean, how effective is this in your experience? You have a lot of experience when it comes to trade negotiations with China and the U.S.
Right. So what you're going to need if you want to enter into what we have entered into, which is a trade war with the second largest economy in the world, is a plan. And it is not clear to me at all that Donald Trump has a plan. We've seen on again, off again, chaotic tariffs going from 100 to 125 to 145 on products that are then exempted or are coming later. If you are a business looking for certainty right now, we've heard that word, I think, more than any other word over the last couple of weeks, which is uncertainty. Businesses need to plan. Retailers need to get their orders in. You were mentioning, last guest mentioning Christmas. Retailers need to get their orders in. Manufacturers need inputs and parts. And if you don't know what your tariff policy is going to look like tomorrow, next week, or even when you wake up in the morning, it's going to be very difficult to do business. And that's why you're seeing a business climate which is very scared right now. You're going to start to see that consumer sentiment numbers, those business sentiment numbers that have already been plunging since President Trump took office, just continue to go down if this kind of chaotic and uncertain economic policy remains.
All right. So, Alex, we're very fortunate to have you here, and it's just good luck on our part. You've been part of critical mineral negotiations in the past. So
that's right.
The administration's investigating where we're getting our critical minerals from. I want to ask you a couple things. So first, how realistic is it to source all of our critical minerals here in the U.S. or only with our allies? And then second, how long would that take to get going?
So critical minerals, right, and all of their derivative products are incredibly challenging supply chains. First, of course, there's the mining, there's the processing, and then, the high value manufacturing that's going to turn that lithium deposit into an electric vehicle battery. Now, in the Biden administration, we took extraordinary steps, and we brought both the mining and the processing of certain critical minerals back to the U.S. for the first time in generations. But what I will tell you on the timescale is look at China. China started this methodical domination of our critical minerals sector in the late 80s and early 90s. And by the 2000s, we had almost no production of many of the 50 plus critical minerals that Donald Trump has cited in his executive order. Now, we have put a considerable amount of capital into bringing those projects back, but I want to go back to that uncertainty. Just the other day, it was reported that thousands of employees at the Department of Energy will be leaving or fired, including perhaps half of the Loan Programs Office. That's our biggest bank that is financing these projects. And because China has a dominating chokehold on the market, they are able to control prices globally for many of these commodities, making it uneconomical to invest in large-scale projects. And so, first of all, if you're looking just at the United States, 0% chance of sourcing every single critical mineral that we need. But that's okay. Some of that is a fact of geology and where these rocks are coming out of the ground. And so we're going to need to work with our allies, and we have been working with our allies. I don't think starting trade wars with countries like Canada, who have rich deposits and industries for critical minerals, is the way to do that or to counter China.